know what I hate? When you go down the stairs and you think there's another step, but there isn't, and you do this right here, that messes your whole day up, doesn't it? Especially when you're fat, because your body jiggle and stuff, right? You be like, you ever ask a drunk dude a question, and he look at you like he answered your question, but nothing came out? Like, yo, dude, where's the bathroom? Like in his head, he said, yo, make 2 lefts and a right. But all you saw was, let me tell you, man, I was so twisted the other day. I was so drunk that I went into the restroom, and there was 4 urinals. Now, every dude in the world knows that if you go into the restroom and there's 4 urinals, and it's you and another dude, you skip a urinal. You know what I'm talking about? You don't go side by side. That's just gay. We don't do that right there. Now, it's just different for the ladies, because y'all help each other out. You know, like if you didn't have tissue, you'd be like, oh, I don't have tissue. The other lady will come up like, oh, here you go, tissue, yeah. We can't do that, fellas. We can't do that. If my left hand was numb, I couldn't tell you, dude, can you shake it for me? Can you shake it? That's just gay. Tell you, man, I was so drunk, went into the restroom, 4 urinals, I go in there. But I go to urinal number 2. As soon as I get there, a dude goes to number 3. I'm like, hey! He looks at me like, hey! I'm like, yo, I'm gonna punch you in the face. He looked at me like, yo, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I was so damn drunk that it was 2 urinals and a mirror. I almost had a fight with myself, like, Tell you, man, I was so twisted on my way home. You ever been just too lazy to bend over to throw up? Yeah, I was just walking, just. And the crazy thing is, you don't even care if someone sees you, right? You actually acknowledge the fact that they saw you throwing up. Like, you look right in their face, like, Now I get home, now I really gotta throw up, so now you hug the toilet like it's Jesus, right? You put your head on the side of it because it's nice and cold, you're like, oh. But you got like a long piece of saliva just hanging there, like, oh. So what you do, you flush the toilet so the cold air can hit you in the face, like, oh. That don't work, you stick your hand in the water, you're like, oh. Now you do that, so now you gotta take a doodle, so you don't know what to do. Now you sit or throw up, you don't, not me, I jump in the shower, I do it both at the same time, like, I multitask. I like to multitask. It's crazy. I like amusement parks. Amusement parks are cool. One amusement park I like going to is called Six Flags. Right? What I didn't know about Six Flags is that you need a Coca-Cola can to get in for half price. Yeah, I live in the hood, so I took 2 cans so I get it for free. But I didn't know that the cans had to be empty. I didn't know that. So I took them full. But the lady looked at me like, no, sir, the cans have to be empty. So I looked her right in her face and said, well, you look thirsty. Yeah, but she wasn't feeling that though, right? So she gave them back to me, so I drank them. Now I had to pee, so I'm doing this right over here. So I looked over at the bathroom, but the bathroom line was long. So I'm like, damn, I gotta kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I went to the water ride. Don't judge, I had to pee. So I go over to the water ride, which is cool because the line is short. But now I have to climb like 30 stories to get on this ride. Who the hell built this ride? Jesus? So I get up there and Jesus is there. I'm like, oh, is that Jesus? Yeah, because he worked there. He had a name tag, said Jesus, right? So I'm like, Jesus? He said, no, Jesus. I'm like, Jesus is Mexican? That's crazy. So I'm like, yo, Jesus, I gotta pee. Let's make this happen. He says, sir, before you go down this water slide, you have to cross your arm. I'm like, Jesus, for real, we gotta pee on punch in the face to make this happen. He said, all right, sir, go ahead. So I pushed Jesus out the way. I crossed my arms and I slid down, right? I'm like, because I'm peeing. But the dude behind me is like, he gets to the bottom. He's like, hey, I didn't know they had salt water on this ride. So I ran, right? No, I didn't run. I was in the bushes with a wedge. My left ball was hanging out, like, oh. Yeah, because you know as a dude, when you go down the water slide, your nuts are like, painful. I tried working out too, man. I tried. I did. That's not the funny part. I tried working out. Yeah, I did. I went to this gym called Bally's. Yeah, this is the worst gym ever. Let me tell you, this is the only gym that the trainers are fatter than you. Yeah, I walked in, the guy's like, hey, I'm your trainer. I was like, get out of here, for real? He said, yeah, I want you to do 10 push-ups. I said, yeah, okay, you do 5 and I do 5. Let's work out together. But he got mad because he couldn't do his 5. So he said, I'm taking you over to the cycling class. I'm like, cool, we're going to ride bikes. It's going to be nice. So we get over to the cycling class, and he looks at me for like an hour and a half. And he's like, yo, my man. I'm like, what? He goes, you're supposed to pedal. I said, I'm going downhill. He said, you see the lady next to you? I'm like, yeah. That she's been pedaling for an hour and a half. I'm like, yeah, and she hasn't passed me yet. Hey, my name's Kenny Ortega, man. Thank you very much.